Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. In today's video I'm going to be using some more potato chips, and I also have some half square triangles and flying geese to make up this block. So I'm going to show you the requirements per block, and the full fabric description and breakdown will be in the video description if you need that as a reference if you decide to make this yourself. So to begin with, these are 2.5 by 4.5, also known as potato chips. And per block we need 8 of these. And what I'm using is, a friend of mine gave me a bunch of plaid fabric. Some of them are flannel, some of them are not. And what I decided to do is come up with a neat smaller blanket to use them up. So what I needed to do was to pair these up, and these will end up being a 4.5 inch square. You could certainly use 4.5 inch squares if you wanted to. Because these were odds and sods of fabric, I thought it'd be neat to do it this way. So sewing these in pairs, and then we're going to join them like this with a 1/4 inch seam, and then I'll have another one where it's vertically here and horizontally here. And I can move these around so that I'm not creating another swirly pattern. I just want this one to be a bit more on the random side. So once this is joined together, this will be 8.5 inches unfinished. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll join you back here. Before I join these two units together, I'm just showing you I did press towards the vertical seams. So these two will be able to nest nicely, and by not breaking the thread, then I can keep them together. And then I'll put a pin in there, and then I'll probably use a little dab of glue along the way because I'm finding this is stretching quite a bit. Okay, so this is actually the center, and I'm just going to set this aside for now. I really do like kind of the wonkiness of the plaid though. If you're someone that likes everything perfectly straight, you might want to choose a different kind of fabric. So next up, we need to do 2 parts of the unit, and each one is 2.5 inch squares, and then a flying goose that is 4.5 by 2.5. And again, I used some of the scraps of the fabric, and I did do these 4 up. So if you're interested in seeing a video on how I did that, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll certainly prepare one for you. So to do this, we're going to piece these together with one of the 2 inches square on each end, and we'll be making 2 of these. So this is what the units look like. They measure 2.5 by 8.5, and if I didn't specify, I'm using a lighter low volume background, and then I'm using a darker high contrast that I feel matches the plaids that I'm using. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our center unit, and we're going to add these on opposite sides. You want to make sure the points of the geese are facing on the outside, so the long darker edge will be on your seam that you're piecing these together. Once that's done, I will be pressing these towards the inside units. It just seems to lay flatter that way. So with these side units on, it's now measuring 12.5 by 8.5, and what we have left to do is do the row that goes on the top and the bottom, and they are both the same. If you haven't guessed, this is going to be a take on the Goodnight Irene block. Someone had asked me about it recently, so I decided to give it a try and add my twist to it, and also by using potato chips instead of squares, I thought it'd be unique as well. So let me get the pieces on the 2 last units, and then I'll be right back. So to do these units, you're going to need 4 half square triangles that measure 2.5 inches square. You're going to need 4 2.5 inches that are in a low volume or light background. You're going to need another of your flying geese, but we'll need 2 of those. And then the other parts go like this. So this is how the unit's gonna be looking. And as I said, we need to make 2 of these. So these 2 units are now done, and they measure 2.5 by 12.5, and I'm just showing you on the back side that I did press the flying geese to the outside, and then I did press these half square triangles open. It's just to help them lay a little bit flatter because there's a lot of bulk going on. So now taking the first part of the block, and we're simply just going to add one on the top and then one on the bottom, and you're going to want to do the same thing by having the larger part of the goose facing towards the inside of the block and the tip facing towards the outside. So I'll be trying to match these seams up. I will be pinning a lot. Once this is done, I'll join you back here. So this is what the block looks like. Again, it's 12.5 inches unfinished. I have made 9 of them, so I'm going to cut here and then I'll take you over to the design wall. So this is how I've got it laid out. I don't know if you can notice, but with some of the background fabric, it is different. So I tried to come up with a secondary pattern using that. Also, the squares that are being formed on edge, they're all a mixture of different fabrics, but they're all in the same color family. So I'm going to go ahead and join these together. Let me know what you think about this pattern and if it's something that you would like to make. So I'll join you back here in a few minutes and show you for the final reveal. So here it is all done. It is currently measuring 36.5 inches unfinished. If you want to make it bigger, you could certainly add more rows and more columns. Each block does measure 12 inches finished. So let me know in the comments what you think of this, whether you like it or not. And I always love to hear from you. So until next time, sew safely and sew with Debee. Have a great day and bye for now.